Okay, so what are we doing today? How to season your bakeware. Welcome to Kiwis to Pistachio. This is a tortilla pan, very small pan. These are different sizes. Here's a Dutch oven. So over the next 3 videos, how to clean your bakeware so you'll be able to use it every day. And you know, you can capture these things. Now my mother bought this one brand new at a store. But the cool thing about it is that every single Boy Scout has to buy these kind of pans because they cook with them around camp stove. I'm going to address just a few here. And eventually I'll show you the other ones too as I acquire them. The first thing you do is you start your oven at 250 degrees. Start warming it up now while you prepare your cookware so that it can be sealed. The next thing you do is these are well-used pans and they have burnt on areas. Before you apply the oil to season your pan, this has to be clean. Same thing with this one. Debris, this has to be clean. Now something like this doesn't. This has never been cleaned. This is the actual oil that came with the unit. Same with this one and this one. So these guys, all we're going to do is we're going to add the oil layer on top, stick it in the oven for 2 hours and it'll be ready to go. But first we're going to clean these guys and I'm going to show you how to do it. Now there's many ways to clean on the food. You can put water into it. You can use soap like I'm doing here. If you have debris, food particles that won't come loose, you can use sand to take it off. There's many different ways. Before you seal it, you want it as clean as possible. And this can be resealed over and over and over again. There's a lot of metal in between here. It's not like you're going to rub it off. Sometimes you have to resort to more like steel wool. But you know, most part, if you just keep it clean, you wash it right away, you re-season it, it's not a big deal. Let's see how much of it we got off. And I use this one primarily for a lot of my casseroles and my dishes I'm cooking. It's large, it's got high walls. It is a little bit heavier, but just consider it an exercise program. You're moving your pans around the kitchen, you're getting stronger. So I'm re-examining it, and I don't see any particles that are loose on it. So this one's ready. What I'll do is dry this down and I'll show you the next step. Now this pan's a lot worse. So I'm going to put some soap in it, and with this scrub brush, this scouring pouch, I'm going to really scrub it hard. In this video, I'm teaching you how to wash your pans prior to seasoning. Okay, so we're going to examine it. Okay, so this one's these here have never been used. All we're going to do is just rinse them off. Get the dirt, any dust on top. They don't need any kind of scrubbing. Same thing with this middle one. So the oven now is at 250. And what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of the oil that came with this one. I want to eat that oil. It's just to preserve the pan. I want to get that oil out so that I can put my own vegetable oil in the pan, have it seasoned the way I like. So you use the oils that you use the most. I use extra virgin olive oil, or EVOO, and I use Bertolli. I buy it at Sam's Club. I don't use canola oil, the combination of cheaper oils. If you use high quality oils. Okay, so this one's ready for this tortilla pan. A little bit tedious, but I think in the long run it's worth it. This is the Dutch pan. The top doesn't need it, so I'm just gonna briefly go over the edge here. And this one probably was seasoned one time, this Dutch oven, but it wasn't maintained. We're lucky that it didn't any rust. Alright, most of you know I'm a handyman, so I have all kinds of abrasives. Instead of using sand, which is one of the best recommendations because it attaches grit, I'm using this, which is specifically made to sand metal. So what I'm doing is I'm deliberately going to put some water in it. And this is sandpaper, special sandpaper with a cloth back. And as you can see, it's very noisy. But the purpose of this is to get rid of the grit, the food grit. Wash it off and see what happens. And then we're going to have to use soap again. So this is sort of a drastic measure. You can see the special sandpaper has basically scratched up some of the color off it, which is perfectly fine. When you re-season it, it's going to be black again. So then you have to dry it again with another clean towel. And this time you can see there's a lot of debris at all. Get all that water off, because water and oil, they don't like each other. If it gets hot and there's water in, it's just going to spit. So remember, we had these two pans, these two skillets. And what was wrong with these two skillets is that they had food debris in them. So we're going to put a little bit of water in both of them. And we're going to use this special type of sandpaper. We're going to scrape it so we can get the debris off the bottom. Very important in the middle. Now you could use steel wool. You could use sand. You can see it's working because the black's coming off, whatever food particle was there. So let's see how that turned out. So that little bit of scrubbing, you can see how it looks a little bit different color, and that's just that layer of food coming off. And that's what happens sometimes when you're getting busy in the kitchen and you don't get a chance to take care of your cast iron pans and your food sticks to it. So look, see, no debris, no food debris, nice and smooth. You did take some of the black did come off, but putting it in the oven with the oil, that'll fix that. Now we're going to do the same thing with the big pan. Put a little soap in it, and we're going to scrape it. Pan that I use the most for most of my cooking. Dirty, so you know it's working. And dry it off with the towel, and you can see there's no more food debris on the inside of the skillet. Now this one was the medium one. It's smooth like it's supposed to. So the next video I'll show you how to oil it. If all you have is regular sandpaper, then use the coarsest one you can. For example, this is about 60 grit. If that's all you have, use that because it's metal. You're not going to try to get it down so polished. That's not your purpose. The purpose is to get the food debris off the pan.
Hi, this is Gary. Click the circle on my face to subscribe, or click the upper box on your right side of your screen to check my expanded playlist. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video.